audience members.
Hey.
See the screen?
Yep.
The times are changing. Gasoline and diesel powered vehicles are slowly becoming extinct through the transition to electric and hybrid vehicles. But what if I told you we can ditch gasoline, diesel, hybrid, and electric vehicles altogether? What if I told you there's a way to power our vehicles with the most abundant element in the universe? It may sound like magic, but with hydrogen fuel cell vehicles, this is a very real possibility. I'm here today to compare the upcoming technologies with current gasoline vehicles and explain why hydrogen fuel cell cars surpass all with better incentives, fuel efficiency, range, emissions, maintenance, and performance. Slide. Let's start with a quick overview of plug-in hybrid vehicles. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with these type of vehicles. There is an electric traction motor as well as an internal combustion engine. The electric motor is powered by a small battery pack, which is charged by an outside power source. This battery pack is larger than regular hybrid vehicles and has a range of 10 to 50 plus miles. The internal combustion engine is powered just like any other gasoline engine with a fuel tank in the back. This engine is only used when the batteries are completely depleted, there's rapid acceleration, or there is intensive heat or air conditioning used in the cabin. Slide. All electric vehicles. Again, I'm sure all of you are very familiar with these type of vehicles. These have a much larger battery pack than hybrid vehicles, since they only have an electric traction motor and there's no internal combustion engine. These battery packs store electric energy to power the motor, which is charged by an external power source. Two main components of this vehicle is the battery pack and the motor. Slide. Next up, we have hydrogen fuel cell vehicles, which a lot of you may not be so familiar with. Similar to the all-electric vehicles, these are solely powered with an electric traction motor. However, the energy delivered to the motor is not derived from batteries. Instead, it is produced from a fuel cell powered by hydrogen. The main components of this car is the electric motor, the fuel cell stack, and the hydrogen fuel tanks. A small diagram can show you how this hydrogen reacts and how it creates power. It is simply pumped into the fuel stack, reacts with the oxygen in the air, that creates a chemical reaction which releases hydrogen ions and creates an electron flow which generates electricity. This electricity is then used to power the motor and convert it to mechanical power. Now, which technology should receive federal research, development, and deployment over the next decade?
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen, all electric, or hydrogen? Hydrogen?
Yeah.
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen? You're correct. Hydrogen is the future of cars. This is a Pew method of comparison where a plus represents better than gasoline, 0, same as gasoline, and worse is worse than gasoline. So as you see, the cost is all much less than gasoline due to the lack of infrastructure and manufacturing processes, which makes all these cars more expensive than gasoline. However, all these cars have much better state and federal incentives, much better fuel efficiency. Hybrid and hydrogen have better range, however the electric has less range. The emissions are all better than gasoline. Maintenance, hybrid is about the same due to the internal combustion engine still in there, but all electric and hydrogen are better. And performance, hybrid is a little bit less, and electric and hydrogen fuel cell are better. So the totals come out to +1 for plug-in hybrid, +3 for all electric, and +5 for hydrogen fuel cell. Here are a few examples of the current hydrogen fuel cell cars available in the market. Here we have the Honda Clarity, which is the first fuel cell car regularly available to consumers. Here we have the Toyota Mirai and the Hyundai Nexo. A few important statistics to point out here is the cost of these vehicles. The Toyota is starting at $50,000, while the Nexo is starting at $58,000. Obviously, this is almost double the price of a regular gasoline vehicle. However, noted up here is the miles per gallon, which is 64 to 67, which is double than a regular gasoline vehicle. And the range for the Nexo is at 380 miles, which is more than your average gasoline powered vehicle and much greater than an electric vehicle. Slide. Here are a couple other benefits. For the Toyota website, you get complimentary fuel for 3 years or $15,000 worth of fuel, which means you run on free fuel for the first 3 years. You get federal tax credits, state tax credits. You can ride solo in the HOV lane, 0 tailpipe emissions, and it only takes 5 minutes to refuel, just like a regular gasoline vehicle. So you don't have to wait all day to recharge your electric vehicle. So with all these benefits, why are hydrogen fuel cell vehicles not as popular as electric? Well, there's only one answer to that, and that is the lack of infrastructure. Hydrogen must be extracted and compressed, since it is not available in its natural form. This makes it costly to make and to transport. There's also a lack of fueling stations available in the United States, which brings limited range, limited area where you can drive, and brings up the high fuel cost. There's also undeveloped manufacturing, since these vehicles are very unpopular and there's a lack of testing and research with manufacturing, unable to lower the cost of the price of these vehicles. Also, there's no support from government officials, since they claim it is uneconomical and they have very close ties with big energy and big oil companies. Next. So in conclusion, a hydrogen fuel cell vehicle has all the pros of an electric vehicle without any of the cons. It can operate in all climates. With an electric vehicle, the battery can be depleted with very high and very low temperatures. Hydrogen you can use anywhere, any temperature. It is 100% clean fuel. The electricity used to power the motor is through a hydrogen and chemical reaction, which in an electric vehicle you draw from an outside source that can come from a coal power plant, which is very bad for the environment. There's also much better range for a hydrogen fuel cell vehicle, and that is one of the biggest downsides to an electric vehicle. Electric vehicle has 100 to 200 mile range, while hydrogen fuel cell has 300 plus miles. You refill the tank just like gasoline. So instead of waiting all day to charge your electric vehicle, you can refill it in 5 minutes, just like any other gasoline vehicle. It also has the same performance benefits as an electric vehicle, such as instant torque, better acceleration, higher top speed, and consistent power. It also has the same very low maintenance standards as an electric vehicle. All you have to worry about is the tires, the brakes, windshield, and cooling fluid. That concludes my presentation, and I hope you reconsider your next car purchase and think about a hydrogen fuel cell vehicle. Thank you.
Now you get all